What are the silverbacks?
Please fasten driver seat belt.
Our logo, you see it blue. We call him Blue the Gorilla.
Yeah.
He got his eyes blacked out. He don't see no evil, hear no evil. He's here to do a job.
Dre, Big H y Triple C.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a king. And when I leave it, and when I take this uniform off, motherfuckers still gonna love me for who I am.
The silverbacks are what? They're a group.
It's a mentality.
Yeah.
And it's the guys we came up with.
Silverback Chronicles todos los lunes en todas plataformas.
Yo, my peoples, we back. It's your boys, Silverback Chronicles Podcast. It's your boy, Big H. I got my brother, Dre.
Yo, okay.
What's good?
Chill, my brother. What's good?
Another day.
That's it.
We're back.
Grinding.
Peoples, it's episode 19. How about that? We're working hard. All right, my peoples, don't forget about the website, www.silverbackchronicles.com. Get your latest merch. I want to give a shout out to our first responders, all of our therapists, everybody serving and protecting, everybody that's got a goddamn job or who's an entrepreneur, working hard, building your resume, building your portfolio. Get out there, keep grinding, and work. It tastes better when you work hard for it, you heard? We love you. We appreciate you. Dre, what else you got?
TheSurEffect.com for your beard needs. And that's it. I just want to jump right into it.
If you want, what type of beard, what should they go get?
All right?
What type of beard? Come on.
The syrup pack. The syrup pack.
To get a what? A luscious beard, right?
Beard. That's it. You know what I mean? No naps in there.
No dingleberries.
Yeah. Smell fresh from the wind, you know?
How about that?
Why not?
Right.
I deserve it. Let's go.
Word. All right, my people. So, no further ado, we got a phenomenal special guest tonight. A phenomenal lady, woman. She's beautiful. She's smart, intelligent. She has every quality any man would want. And she works with Channel 2 News. With no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have the beautiful and lovely Miss Brittney Verner in the building. Hello.
Hi, thank you.
What's up, Britt? How you doing, babe?
Thanks for that amazing introduction.
I appreciate you. Listen, you deserve it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So what's going on?
What's up?
How do you like Baltimore? How do you love the state of Maryland?
Oh, wow. Well, two different things.
Two different things.
Very different things.
I will tell the world first and foremost where you're from.
So I'm from Detroit, Detroit, Michigan, born and raised. Shout out to everybody there.
What is Detroit known for, in your eyes?
What is Detroit known for? What up, though?
Not that cold.
Ain't Big Sean from Detroit?
Big Sean is from Detroit.
Okay.
Detroit is known for the Pistons. Detroit is known for basically birthing legends, musical legends, wonderful people, kings and queens. We got a lot. We got Motown, there. So definitely a music place. Deep roots, in the music industry.
Huge history, yes.
Yeah.
And what's the Detroit you remember growing up? Are you big into music?
I love music.
What's
Very
your
big
favorite?
into
Are you
music.
R&B?
So I like it all. I have a very diverse palette when it comes to music. I love R&B, old school R&B. I love, hip hop, some of the rap, trap. I like it all. Some house music, stuff like that. I'm very versatile when it comes to that. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
How was life growing up?
Life was cool growing up. I guess
Was you big in? Was you play sports? Was you an athlete?
I was a cheerleader and a dancer growing up. Yes.
Okay, how was that?
Is that surprising? It was great. I loved it, and I did gymnastics. I stay active for the most part. I liked to paint. I was into art and all different kinds of stuff. So, but life was cool growing up. I was very much into cheer, though.
Really?
Cheerleading was like life. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Bring It On was my favorite movie.
Okay.
Watched it 1,000 times over and over. So.
Did you see the cheer on Netflix?
I didn't.
With there's 2 JUCO colleges, right? And they go back and forth.
Forgot the name of one, but it's legit.
Really? Yeah.
Legit.
I mean, I've competed. I've done tournaments and, all that stuff with that. So, way back when. Yeah.
I used to go to those tournaments.
Really?
Yeah. All day. That thing is all day.
Yeah, it is.
A bunch of different schools.
We take that serious.
I know that's right.
in that, in that world.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what college did you go to?
I went to Oakland University, and that's in Rochester Hills, Michigan.
Okay. What's it called again?
Oakland
University.
Yeah. So a lot of times when I say that, people think Oakland, California. Like,
right.
No, they don't have a school there.
What is that university known for?
Probably our basketball team. We're the Golden Grizzlies, but we have a division. It's a Division I school,
nice.
So we have a really good basketball team that a lot of people know. So if you're into college basketball, then that would be it. But our president of the school actually wasn't really big into athletics.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted it to be more about academics. So we just started getting some of the other teams, but we had like the basics, like basketball team.
Yeah,
we didn't have football.
Oh, yeah,
we didn't have football, which we hated. We didn't have football, but
That's
of
crazy.
course, there's Michigan, there's state.
Right.
Got to have a track team.
Yeah, we had track.
Right.
We had track. Yeah.
Okay.
So
great.
Yeah.
So how did news come about? What made you want to get involved with that?
Yeah,
what was your
journalism.
passion?
my passion. So news came about. It's very funny because when I first started college, I was a nursing major. I actually did a video.
Really?
Yeah, I did a YouTube about this. I was a nursing major. I was going into the health field because when I was in high school, I did kind of dual enrollment and I did VOTEC. So I had like patient care classes plus my regular high school classes, and I graduated with the patient care, certificate or whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go and be a traveling nurse and, travel the world, blah, blah, blah. But then when I started taking a lot of my core classes, I had to take a public speaking class, and I fell in love with the public speaking class. It was like, oh, this is dope. Like, it just came really, really natural. Plus, some of my chemistry and biology classes were just like extremely difficult. And I had like foreign professors, and it was just like, okay.
Hard to digest that
language.
Hard to digest,
yeah. But so I started doing the public speaking class. That was one turn. I had an amazing professor, and he just really encouraged me, and the class was just great. So from there, I started taking more of those journalism classes and communication classes. And then I started hosting a radio show on my college campus. So I was a DJ for a little bit.
Nice.
And I would be like you guys. It wasn't a podcast, but I would have guests come on my show, interview them about different things where I could inform our students on campus. And then from that radio show, I started interning at a public access station in the area, and I turned the radio show into a talk show.
Wow.
So I would, have it on TV, and we would just be talking freely how we are. I would pick 3 topics for the day, me and a co-host, which was my best friend in college. Shout out to Lala Leanne, because she lives in Dallas now with her husband and kid, but we were on the show. We did the show together. And then so I was interning there, basically hosting my own radio show and television show. Then once I started editing and working the camera and stuff and doing all the MMJ stuff, then I was like, oh, maybe I should start doing some internships in this field. So then I interned at Fox 2 News Detroit, which is like one of the top TV news stations in Detroit. They're always running neck and neck with them and one other station, but as far as the number one spot. But I started interning there, and it was crazy. Like, I fell in love with the day-to-day grind of everything. Wow. Like, every day was different. Obviously, Detroit, there's no shortage of news. It's always some crazy stuff going on. Just like Baltimore, like it's very, hard newsy type of town, because it's just really some sick, twisted things
real
that
life.
happen, real life. Like, so yeah, like, I guess the, like, telling stories part of it, it was just really intriguing for me. And I think that the days, again, no 2 days were the same.
Right.
So that was just like, oh, okay, I can wake up every day and it's different. And I'm doing something, I'm doing the same job, but it's different.
Nothing is routine.
Every story is different. Everything is different. So I kind of fell in love with it there. And then the rest is history. I've lived in quite a few states since graduating college in 2015. It's been some bumps in the road. It's been a whole
How does that work? Like, so like, let's say New York could call you and be like, hey, we want you to come up, and you just got to go. Is that the way it works?
Yes and no. It depends. So you're typically under contract when you're working as a journalist, unless you're freelancing, but you sign contracts. Sometimes they're 2 or 3 years or, whatever you sign for. Once you're done, with that contract, obviously before you're done, you'll be looking for your next placement. So before your contract even ends, maybe 6 months out, sometimes even longer, you're looking for like where you're going to go next if you don't plan on re-signing with the current place that you're at, but it's always up in the air with that because like the station has to like you and want you to stay and want to re-sign you. And then you have to like the station and want to stay and want to resign and, and then also the money has to be right,
Of course.
because then when it's other people out there and they're, sorting after you and or whatnot, it has to flow. But yeah, basically you're working on a contractual basis.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So is it
It's almost like sports.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that's the team she's playing for right now.
well, I know
Pretty
that.
much.
So the foundation of reporting, I know it is what it is. But do they allow you to give your own personality so that the people outside could be like, yo, I got to tune in because she's dope, she's funny. You know what I mean? Do they allow that?
This station, I would say yes, to a certain extent. It's obviously you walk a really fine line because it's no opinion. It's more so factual. Everything is just factual, but you can obviously kind of add your own flair. I feel like with my story specifically, if you've watched my stories, you kind of see that. You see the emotion in my stories. I try to bring it out with the people that I interview. You see that I am for the culture through my stories.
100%.
I try to bring it out, with the people I interview.
I mean, that's why you're here.
Do. Yeah. So I really, I'm conscious of that. And I try, to really show the community that like, I'm here for them. I'm here for this period of time. And, while I'm here, I really want to connect with the people that are here and whatnot. And really just tell their stories and be a vessel or a voice in whatever way that I can while I'm here,
How do you feel being a Black woman in this profession?
I feel great. I feel like this is a really good time for Black women right now, especially in my profession, just because, things like the Crown Act have passed and, we can be a little bit more free with being ourselves and wearing our hair how we want to and just different things, it's a lot of things that are changing.
Do you think that inspires other females to want to do the same thing that you're doing?
I hope so. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I hope so, or even if they don't do what I'm doing, just learn something from it, along the way. So
I want to shout out Oprah. She was like the first one back in the day here in Baltimore.
She was.
She did it too.
That gives me chills, you guys. So
that's crazy. You like
it's so crazy.
You like the new Oprah of our
right.
You the new of this one.
Right. Wait till the Oprah money start rolling.
How about that?
Why not? I wish that all
the Oprah money start rolling in.
Yes,
really
absolutely.
And
why not?
Has to come back to Baltimore. But no, I was recently watching. I watch her a lot, actually. Not her reporting, but Oprah is just so inspirational because she's always about evolving and, being the best version of yourself and, doing the next best thing for your life. And when she used to do her tours, I used to go to her tours and,
wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. But I was watching her recently and she was talking about her time in Baltimore. It was because somebody that I know interviewed her and he was like, do you miss Baltimore? And she's like, yes and no. And she was like, Baltimore really was the place that matured me. Like it grew me up. And I was like, damn, like I feel the same way. Like I feel like it's really, really growing me up in my profession. Just, even as a woman, just like it's maturing me in a way. And I love it. I love it here.
I'm glad you do.
Yeah.
Baltimore will do that
so
to you.
Good.
For sure.
That's awesome. So besides the news, like what do you like to do in your spare time? What's a day in the life for Britt besides the news?
Besides the news, so I'm also an entrepreneur. I do a lot. I make clothes. I have a boutique. I am an avid healthy person, so I press juices, like fresh pressed juice, all
Really?
the time for myself and sometimes for my friends. They'll order it from me.
Is that a business as well?
Yeah,
What's the name of it?
that's Majesty Made It.
Excuse me. Can you say it one more time, please?
Gee,
Majesty Made It.
Majesty Made It.
Follow it on Instagram, Majesty Made It _ That's the name. But yeah, you'll find everyththing from there. You'll find the boutique, and then it'll link you to the page with the juices and everything. But yeah, I'm working on some stuff like, you know, for Baltimore and for other people to kind of be on this journey with me and, you know, maybe nourish them in some way.
Ain't nothing wrong with grooming them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The hard work ethic got to be there, though.
Yeah.
Got to be there.
Has to.
Absolutely.
Has to.
Time is precious, man.
It is.
Can't give it to everybody.
I have this little saying. I'll be like, I'm spreading love, hydration, and high vibrations. So, you know, spreading love because I am love. You know, I'm always spreading love with people, but hydration because everybody needs to stay hydrated. You know, we need to, you know, stay hydrated from within, and high vibrations because everybody needs to elevate their mind and just
good energy.
Positive vibes.
Yeah.
For
always.
sure.
Be great.
Always. Be amazing.
Why not?
It's easy to say, I'm proud of you. Keep working hard.
Thank you.
It takes a lot to bring negative energy. It really does.
Yeah.
It takes a lot out of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I stay away from negative people.
Got to.
Right?
Have
Got
to.
to. No negative Nancy's.
No,
Don't want them
ever.
around.
We can't do that.
Can't do it.
So that's great. You're in Baltimore. Yeah. You're in the city now, which is pretty cool. What type of foods do you like? What are you into? What's the go-to meal for you?
Oh, the go-to meal.
Absolutely.
Probably some crab legs that I'm always grilling. King crab. I was told I had to specify king crab or snow crab. Not the real crab. Y'all like the real crabs here in Maryland. You guys like
they like the
okay. Yeah, I forgot. You guys are from New York. But like they like the real crabs here in Maryland. You guys like the blue crab.
Blue crab. Yes.
I like the legs. I like the snow crab, the king crab legs. You guys
like to work for it?
Do I like to work for it?
Yeah.
No, not that much. That's why I want the king crab. So they can
exactly.
be split
like
already.
one,
and I can just
Yeah.
pull that meat out and, you know, go
Right.
about my day. Dip it in a little butter.
Just a little bit.
No, I like a lot. Just me with the Ove and the butter. No, but definitely seafood is probably my go-to because I love seafood. So not just crab legs, but like all seafood. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Some good crab cakes here too, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, crab cakes
Yeah.
is official tissue.
Yeah, Baltimore has like an underrated like food.
It really does.
Yeah.
Like you gotta find it, but once you find it, it's like damn.
Yeah. I didn't
And it'd be like
realize that.
$12.
Coming here, I knew nothing. I told you I knew nothing
Yeah.
about Baltimore. Coming here, I know nothing about the food scene.
Mhm.
I'm definitely a foodie. So when I found out, I'm like, okay, this is cool, you know? So like on the weekends, I try a new spot every weekend and go somewhere different sometimes.
What's the last place you've been to?
The last new place that I've been to?
Do you remember it?
I probably went to Lock Bar. That was the
Oh yeah, Lock Bar.
recent-
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
That was the most
Shout out to
Bar's
Alice.
official.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Alice.
Yeah, it's probably the most recent new place that I've been to.
I think you're talking about like restaurants like in the street.
Oh, I got one. Miss Shirley's.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's a staple.
Fire.
Right.
That's a
That
staple.
one was
Right.
like, what?
Do you see the line sometimes? It'd be like around the block.
No, we
in
went
all the
straight
locations.
in, but how about Miss Shirley's had me sleep for a whole day? after
What?
that?
I'm sure of it. Had to play to
food
that.
was so good.
Which location did you go to?
This is on Cold Spring?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like in a little like, you know, like cute little village kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
Charles
was the
Village.
one.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
So I was like on my Instagram afterwards, like, why did you guys tell me this place is so good? It was so good.
Shirley's
Like,
is it.
Yeah.
I tried some of everything, and I was like, oh, I told my sister I have to bring her back there next time whenever on the
Right.
weekend. When we got time, I had an itis afterwards.
Oh, hell yeah. You got to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Comforter, no comforter. It's going down.
Don't have a mimosa. Or
What?
3.
Come on. What you talking about?
Or 3. It's really over with. Man, what?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So do you get to go back home much to visit?
Not that often. I'm actually going soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You still got a lot of friends back home?
Of course, yeah. All my friends are there. My best friend is there. A lot of my family members are there. So my family's kind of spread out. I told you my father's side is kind of like in Florida, North Florida. My mom actually is in Atlanta now.
Mom's in Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Okay.
But a lot of my family is still in Detroit. Like
That's awesome.
Family and
The core group, the core of the families, a lot of them in Detroit.
A lot of them are there. My friends are kind of like spread out though. Like everybody's across the globe. Like so, I have people in every major city.
That's good. That's a nice vacation.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I've never been to Detroit.
Really?
I've never been there.
Me
You
neither.
gotta try it.
I swear, I do.
I don't
You guys
know.
gotta try it at least once. You don't know?
I don't know.
Why?
Like, if I was to plan a trip, right, to go to Detroit, where should I go? And
So
why?
You should definitely check out a Pistons game.
Okay.
They have the Little Caesars Arena that's in downtown now. So
Really?
So when I was in college, the Palace of Auburn Hills used to be in Auburn Hills, which was like 45 minutes out the city.
Okay.
So the Pistons actually didn't play in the city for the longest time. Now they have a Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit. It's gentrified, you know, they've built up a lot.
Nice.
They're still building up a lot. The downtown area is really good. So you definitely need to go there.
Okay.
Definitely gotta check out the Motown studio because that's like something that's touristy.
Okay.
A concert. We love concerts. So, you know, there's an Aretha Franklin amphitheater.
Oh, okay.
Where, you know, a lot of it used to be called Shane Park, but they named it after Aretha. We love her. But yeah, a lot of the concerts are there. You got the Fox Theater. You could go see a show. Like, there's things to do.
Nice.
You know, there's tigers. If you depending on what season you in, you can go see the tigers. You can go see the lions. And, you know. You
ain't mentioned nothing about the Lions. You don't fuck with Lions at all?
But I like the Lions.
Yeah.
My dad loves the Lions. Oh my God.
Okay.
My dad is the Lions number
Barry
one
Sanders
fan.
all day, huh?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
That's not even supposed to happen. My dad is the number one fan of the Lions. Oh my goodness. But I haven't been to a Lions game in so long. I haven't seen them play actually.
Triple C's nephew plays for them, right?
Really?
Beto?
Yeah.
Shout out
My
to
little
him.
cousin. Yeah, shout out to Peter.
Shout out to
What is
the
he?
Lions.
Secondary?
Cornerback.
Cornerback.
Look, I'm Detroit all the way, so I'm always gonna rep the home teams. I don't care what they do.
I know that's right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's home, so I gotta rep the Pistons. I gotta rep the Lions.
Right.
I gotta rep the Tigers. You know, it's home.
Yeah, because you
so
don't never
definitely-
hear about the Tigers.
You don't.
I mean, they won not too long ago.
Damn.
A couple seasons ago.
I can't say I'm
Right back in the 80s.
You know
it did
what?
something, you know what I'm saying?
See, this is what we not gonna have today. This is what we not gonna do.
For me, it's just like it's too cold up there, isn't it?
Right, you
Orioles ain't
can't
winning
even
anything.
name a player for that, by the way.
It's brick, but it's the same. I mean, well, it's a little bit more extreme than here, but it's all 4 seasons, so it's the same. So, like, when it's warm here, it's warm there. When it's fall here, it's fall there. Like, the only difference is in winter, you're probably going to get a little bit more snow there.
There, right.
And a little
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit more snow. Well, you guys, I didn't see any snow here last winter.
I love it.
It's mild down here. I love it.
I love it.
I'm
too.
good. If I don't have to shovel snow again,
No.
I'm good.
Because
I'm
back
good,
home,
too.
New York, oh my God.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm good.
That's why I moved away from Detroit. Because I was like, you know what? When I was in college, walking across campus on, you know, those in the middle of the night when it snowed
Did you have
up to my knees.
Did you have the shit that they use in Alaska with the fish thing?
Oh my God. No.
Were you walking around like that?
No. I wish I had.
That's what I think when I think of Detroit.
Really?
Yeah, I need like
You haven't been. You
Yeah, I
gotta
know.
actually go.
too far up
I
for
do
me.
have to go out there and see.
Yeah, it's on the borderline of Ontario, Canada. So you can literally cross the border, go to Canada, like have a good
Canada's
time
nice.
there. It's stuff to do. I have a lot of friends who have boats, so you know they chill out at the marinas. There's water there, so they're always in the summertime. Everybody's always at the marina. Like, yeah, there's things to do now. Don't sleep on my city. I don't like that. Y'all trying to go on Detroit, but no, you have to visit it at least once in the summer. I would recommend it in the summer.
In the summer.
In the summer.
Now you got me.
I would
Okay, I'll do it in the
recommend
summer.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm doing it in the summer, you know?
Spring, summer, fall. 6 of those seasons.
Notice your sister didn't say anything.
She's like, yeah, no, I'm a Jacksonville girl.
I think I was watching Four Brothers. I was like, yeah, I'm good, yo. They were fighting in the snow. And I was like, get out of here.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll
good.
check it out. Definitely.
If you go, I'll go with you.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Definitely. So you like to do you like to cook?
I do like to cook.
What's your go-to dish when you cook?
Probably some salmon.
Damn, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, what's gonna be the size though?
Maybe mashed potatoes. Broccolini.
She said broccolini. Okay.
Yeah. Not just regular broccoli.
Right, okay.
Broccolini.
You gotta make the broccoli Italian.
Right. Okay. Showing off a little bit.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's great.
I'm with it. No, I love to cook. Cooking is therapeutic for me, and I like my food is good. So I like the reaction of people when they eat my food and they're like, "Oh my god, that was so good. I want some more." Like I like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Like, you know, when people they want to eat your food and it's good. Like, I love it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So what's your go-to with your juices? What's like the top seller?
Oh, the top seller. So
Absolutely.
my favorite is called Manzana Gold.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Manzana Gold.
Manzana. It means apple in Spanish. Yeah.
Manzana.
In Espanol.
Yes.
So what made you come up with that?
What made me come up with the name or the
name?
juice?
The name.
Both. Well, the name it's primarily apples in there. So it's like, you know, it's probably maybe 4 or 5 ingredients: apple, ginger, lemon, honey, and it's probably
ginger.
one other ingredient. But it's mainly apples. So apples, manzana, that's apples in Spanish. So, and it's gold.
You know that.
Like,
you know that.
She was on it.
It's gold. Yeah. It you know, the drink looks gold, but it's like gold for your body because it's so good for you. Like, you're drinking something that's fresh, it's natural, it's nourishing.
That's
so
dope.
yeah, it's gold.
And what's your boutique now? Is it for ladies and gentlemen or just ladies?
So it's going to eventually be for gentlemen too. Right now, I only have things for ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that I do have for males are like graphic tees. So like, you know, if you're into the cool graphic tees, then there's stuff for
you got love for the
males.
big guys or just the little guys?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're big in fashion?
I love fashion.
Where did the love come from with fashion? And how did you add that to your boutique for ladies?
So my love for fashion came from just growing up and just loving to dress. Like, you know, I always loved the high fashion magazines.
What designers grab your attention?
Yeah, like who's your favorite designer?
Instantly.
Who you like right now?
Like you look like, damn, that's it. I know that's it.
Like I need that piece.
Right.
Oh, so many. Lanvin or Lanvin. Givenchy.
Oh.
So many. It's some really great designers.
Did they inspire you to do your own? Like, what do you do with your brand that separates yourself from everybody else?
So with mine, I think I definitely, it's very classy and chic to me, especially the pieces that I created myself that I actually, you know, cut and sewed. It's different than things that I've seen. It's very like timeless. I wanted it to be something that's so classy, like, you know, you could dress it up, but you could also dress it down. But it's timeless, so it's never really gonna go out of style. So I have a lot of things that are like velvet or crushed velvet, and just something that's really classy that, you know.
Yeah, like Jackie O vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie O vibes.
Mm-hmm. How long did that? Like, what's a process in making your own shirt, or how does that take? And then you gotta write it? You gotta draw it up and.
Yeah, so it's the whole process. You definitely, if I'm having someone else make it for me, which I have had someone else manufacture something for me, especially recently, someone in California, I would draw it out. You have to get basically the blueprints made, you know, for the item. So you take it to someone for them to make you a pattern is what it's called. And so once you get the patterns made, then you take it to the seamstress and say, you know, this is what I want. I want it, you know, just like this pattern. I want it in this fabric. So it's a very intricate process because you got to pick out fabric. You have to design your items. You have to, you know, get the patterns made. You have to have someone make it for you if you're going that route. For the things that I made myself, it's like, you know, I'll sketch it out, a design comes on the brain, I'll make it literally to fit me, but then now I'm in that process where it's like, okay, I'll make it great for me, but now I have to take it to someone else so you can design it in a larger size or a smaller size or whatever, you know. So I think me being so creative, like I have to have an outlet other than what I do from, you know, my day-to-day 9 to 5, like to keep me
sane.
And
that drives you.
Yeah, it drives me in a different way because it's like something else that I'm working on that's, you know,
with a master.
Yeah.
And have fun with it, doing it as well.
Absolutely. So that's what it is for me. That, and then, you know,
feeds the creative thought process.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a lot that goes into it, but it's fun. And
it's great.
I'm passionate about it.
I was getting ready to say that. Right.
Fun. Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a lot.
It does.
It's a lot. That's great. Damn. She does it all, man.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Awesome.
It does do a lot, you know.
Tell us about, like, how do you can we talk about the crime? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, reporting on the crime in this town.
Was it an eye opener once you got to Baltimore? Like, yeah, this is a busy town. A lot goes on here.
I mean, because I'm sure it's similar to Detroit.
Very.
But, you know, walking into it.
I've never worked in the Detroit markets. I've only lived and was born and raised there. So I've seen years and years of everything that happens there. So yeah, it's very similar in terms of the type of stories. When I got here, I told you I really knew nothing about Baltimore. I knew nothing about Baltimore. I didn't know it was like it was. I didn't even watch the shows yet. The Our City. What is it?
We Own the City.
We Own the City, and the other one.
The Wire.
The Wire.
So I watched a little bit of The Wire, but so long ago when The Wire was actually out, and I didn't even correlate. Oh, this is, you know, Baltimore. This happened here. Like, that's real life. Like, I didn't even
put two and two together, right?
It was so long ago, with the few shows that I did watch. So when I got here, I'll tell you my introduction of getting here. With the first crazy story that I did crime-wise was the woman who was in the church. And it happened in November. Somebody went in the church and killed her.
And killed the
older lady.
Yeah.
She was like a custodian or something, but she was a member of the church.
Over 30 years.
Yeah. And she had just came there early, filling in for a friend who couldn't get there or something like that. One of the craziest stories that I ever done, but that was kind of like my introduction to here. Like, first weekend, like, boom.
Boom. Right.
Yes. And it's like, whoa.
What? I just got here. Hello.
Pause. Like, what? So from there, it's just been, you know, so many things since then. And it's kind of like, you know, because I've worked in, you know, I worked in St. Louis before here. St. Louis is another place.
St. Louis.
That's right.
St. Louis is nice. It's dope.
Yeah, St.
I mean,
Louis,
it's busy.
Busy as far as news is concerned.
It's busy. They clap them guns out there.
Yeah.
Like, how about the town?
The town is kind of boring.
It's not a lot going on. It's not a lot
going on. All they got
on.
is the Cardinals and the Arch. I'm sorry. It's not a lot going on.
And Nelly.
It's a little food. They got Nelly.
And Nelly.
It's a little bit of a foodie town because they do have like a lot of restaurants, but the food is nowhere near like here. Like, it's not as good.
It's not as good.
Yeah, it's not as good here, but you know,
it's not so many attractions.
It's cool. You know what I did?
How long were you down there for?
I was only there for a year, but there were things that I did love about the community. So I can't even say like I just didn't like it at all. I made some really great connections with people there. I had a really strong kind of core friend group of young professionals there that I tapped into. I was doing some things within their school system there, you know, trying to promote literacy with their babies and stuff. So it was just a lot of stuff that I did. Yeah. And I was like, within the short time that I was there, that was like pretty cool. So I did appreciate it for those reasons.
But you know, you had to go when the time was
up. It was time. Yeah. So.
Well, I'm glad you're liking it now. You know, Baltimore. It's definitely cool. It's a different city. Definitely is different. But that's awesome. Wow, I didn't know you went to St. Louis. Damn.
Yeah, I was there.
You've been around.
But the crime here in Baltimore, like someone asked me recently, like, okay, you do crime a lot. You're kind of like our crime reporter now. Like, how do you separate it?
I think I think you're becoming like the go-to.
I am. Like, I'm probably
you're like the go-to now.
like the go-to crime.
You're like the go-to.
So But they're like, how do you separate it? Blah, blah, blah. And this was actually a young lady who was interested in like being in the business. And I was just telling her like, well, for one, you just really have to have a strong foundation within yourself. And you got to kind of know how to leave it at work.
Right.
I'm sure you guys can, attest to this.
Absolutely.
You probably
100%.
know because
It's
you
the
see
similar.
so much.
I mean, yeah, we see it before it gets to your desk. Yeah,
exactly.
for sure.
And you see a lot more than what we even, what you can even share. So it's just like, just making sure you kind of leave it there. And if you do for some reason take it home, I try not to take it home because a lot of my friends who I talk to on a daily basis are my family. I don't want to bring things home
Negative,
that's negative to them, know. So I just, if I discuss things, it's probably with someone that's in my industry because they also
They can
relate and understand, know. So it's not as heavy for them to be like, oh my God, let me tell you what I did today. But definitely that. Having a strong foundation and just other things that you are passionate about and doing outside of work, like we mentioned, some of my entrepreneurial goals or whatever, helps keep me sane and not worrying about certain things. But I don't mind reporting on the crime. I think it's interesting because it's so many crazy people out here that just do really crazy things, and you just be trying to wonder like, why do you think this way? And for some strong, strange reason in my brain, I have a feeling like I can somewhat maybe try to influence the culture of people, at least the younger people who are coming up, to be more or do more or be great.
I'm pretty sure that's happening.
Yeah.
It takes all of us.
Absolutely.
It does.
What we do,
It does.
what you do, because we have like a huge platform.
Mm-hmm.
And what, especially who we are,
and it all comes full circle. It's all related.
It is, but we're African American, we're Latin, we're mixed.
Yeah.
So culturally, it's great for us to let them know, do something else, but you got to work hard.
Yeah.
On top of the parents, talking to them too. It takes a village. It really does.
It does.
And nowadays, it's tough because, these young kids, they're just so misguided and they just want to do their own thing and not listen.
Mm-hmm.
And they just want to learn through trial and error. And that's not good.
That's not always good.
Definitely not.
Very true. I have younger siblings, and I be trying to tell them they bad. Like they
just scratch your head, right? We all got them.
It's like, man, what are you doing? They don't listen to me, so I'm like, okay, my siblings, they don't even listen to me. Maybe it's some kids somewhere else,
right.
Some other people who I can influence in some way or whatever.
Right.
Not to say like I'm perfect or nothing, because not by all means, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, I know that I'm always constantly trying to evolve and be better and do more.
And your vision is different from theirs. So you're going to know more.
Yeah. Yeah. So
sometimes it's just hard for them to listen, unfortunately.
Yeah. they want to learn through trial and error.
Yeah.
One of my teachers used to always say, you're going to learn through the school of hard knocks.
Mm-hmm. How do you find the time to do the clothes, the cold press, right?
The juices.
Right, the cold press juice, obviously work, and then you find time to teach little kids how to read, right? With the literacy thing.
Well, I haven't been doing the literacy thing since I've been here. That was like a program that I did while I was in St. Louis. So it was like within there, supposed to there. Which I'm gonna get back.
But
on
I mean,
that
you was
too.
busy back then the same way.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back on that. I'm gonna get
just
back
a
on
different city, but I mean, you still
can definitely utilize your talents in that area.
Yeah, like.
For sure.
So how do you find time back then in St. Louis to do all that? I mean, like, that's clearly from the heart that you're doing it from.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so dope. I mean,
for sure.
Not many people are doing that. So like you went to schools or?
So I went to, it was like an award ceremony for the teachers in the school district. They were giving out awards. I connected with some of the principals there, and they're like, oh, let's have you come in and read to our kids or something like that. And so in doing that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm all about STEM. I like STEM literacy and, promoting STEM and STEAM to kids because I think that's the future, science, technology, engineering, math.
Right.
So I'm like, can we come up with something that we can do where we can like read STEM books to them instead of like whatever books you were going to have me read? And they're like, sure. So we kind of created a whole program around it. It was like a whole deal called Reading with the Stars or whatever. And we picked these books out that were STEM related books. And I would go in each week and read to a different class. And it was just like, it was definitely from the heart because it was on my day off.
That's like Mother Teresa vibes.
Yeah, it was not nothing that I was like being paid for or something.
Right.
But it was just like, I don't know. I feel like at that time, especially there in St. Louis, like I didn't have any family there and stuff. And, I was
still you get back to the community though.
Yeah, I was doing things
to
kind of fill my time. And then also just stuff that I felt like could be helpful in some way. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
And then now, you said, how do I find time to do everything? So I try to keep myself on a schedule. It's so hard because there's be so much going on. Because I'm trying to have fun, too, on the weekends.
And this town will drag you into some fun. That's the thing.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
This town is fun, I'm telling you.
It's very fun. It's very much fun. Definitely. And so, I reserve my fun, though, for the weekend. So I reserve my fun for, like, Friday, Saturday. And then on Sunday, maybe some Sunday daytime fun, but then Sunday midday, I'm getting ready for the week. So I'm very disciplined in that sense. But I press juice once a week. My clothing line, I do pop-ups. I try to do them once a month. So I just did one at the Marriott, downtown 800 North Wolf Street. It was someone else who did the pop-up, but I was just one of the vendors that was there. I try to do those once a month when I can, maybe different ones. My website is something that's ongoing. That's always. So if people order stuff, then all I have to do is package it and ship it out.
Right.
So that's, that can go kind of in my daily grind. I work every day. Even on my days off, I'm working because, I'm reading emails and staying abreast with what's going on in the community locally and then, nationally. So
I don't want to box you in, but is there a favorite part of Baltimore that you like? A specific side of town? Is it the views? Is it the food? Like, is it, or?
So I would say maybe Fells Point.
Fells Point?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it just seems like, a little bit of upper echelon type people who frequent over there. Like there's the restaurants, there's some of the views, there's like, you can walk along the water or whatever.
Falls Point is dope.
It's just, I don't know, it gives me good vibes when I'm over there.
You like it there?
It's feel good vibes.
The cobblestone streets.
Brown and sexy.
Right, the cobblestone streets.
Yeah. I like it.
The cobblestone is a huge selling factor.
I love the cobblestone.
It just looks amazing.
You gotta drive
feels,
2 miles an hour around that thing.
But it's nostalgic. Like, wow.
It is. And then over the water.
And then the water's right there.
It gives you
got the Pendry right there.
The Pendry. Oh my God, the Pendry's so nice.
Yes.
Pendry is gorgeous.
It's dope.
I was there last weekend actually, and I saw that horse, and they were like, "Yeah, it's $2.1 million." I said, "Take a picture of me by this horse right here." Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the beautiful thing about it is that like there's so many hidden, like just insane amount of money in this town that like you look at it, you're like, what?
Yeah.
That's $3 million? Like what?
Even in Harbor East.
Harbor East is like loaded.
What?
Harbor East is insane. Yeah. Right next to Fells Point. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Love it.
So sometimes do you miss being a nurse or wanting to be a nurse? Does that still something you think about from time to time?
Absolutely, because you know why? Some of my best friends are nurses. Like we all were doing this together. So they did it. So they did it and they went through with it. And it's like they're nurses. And like one of my friends is a traveling nurse. She freaking loves it. She's in Charlotte right now, but she gets to, go different places and be there for short periods of time and work and make hella money. And it's during the pandemic and just like really deep.
Oh, they caked up.
2 years.
They caked up.
Oh my goodness.
Caked
so
up.
I was like, I definitely was in the wrong.
Yo, the amount of money they was getting paid hourly.
I know, it's insane.
Amazing.
No, and I love that for them.
Yes.
That's great because they deserve it.
Hell yeah.
They deserve it 100%.
Staying at the top hotels.
Yes.
Everything paid for.
Why not?
Well deserved.
All of it.
Well deserved.
So there are times where, yeah, I do think about that. And I've actually thought about maybe going to do it because it's never too late. I mean, it's a healthcare industry, you know. But now I feel like at the level that I am now, I just really try to add that into my journalism duties. Like I can do a lot of stories around, you know, the healthcare field and different things. Not necessarily, it's not the same thing,
but
obviously.
You've got a huge playing field that you can utilize.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think like the people from Baltimore, now that they like you report on the crime, they're not gonna let you go like that easy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're stuck with them.
Yeah.
Right.
For real.
I can do both though.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
All right, so before we wrap this thing up, do you want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Oh, shout outs. To what? Like people in Baltimore?
Whoever you want.
The world.
This is your time.
Shout out to your businesses. Your sister with the swimsuits. All that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Right.
So if the world want to get in contact with Miss Brittney Verner, how can they go about doing it?
Oh, yeah. Well, you can follow me on all platforms at Brittney Verner. It's BRITTNEY. V as in victory, ERNER. That's my name, first and last name. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, I'm on Facebook. I don't know if you can find me on there. Because I'm never on there. But
It's a little slow on Facebook.
Yeah,
a little
it's like
slow.
Yeah, Instagram and
my
all
older
that.
aunties and
It's a little, yeah.
Yeah. That's for the whole family.
Right. That's when you say hello and shit. Yeah.
But Instagram and Twitter, I'm definitely there. The business page at Majesty Made It _. That's just the word Majesty Made It _. You can find me there. And it's the website to the link so people can shop there. See when our next pop-up is. We're always, putting that in the bio, letting people know you can come and check out us in person and shop with us. You can find a link to the drinks there because, we got the fresh press juice and then we got some nighttime drinks.
Okay.
Fresh press.
But yeah, fresh press, keeping the body healthy. So yeah, those are the places where people can find me. My sister has a swimsuit line. You just follow me on Instagram. You'll find everything.
Follow her and follow everything else after that.
And if they want to see you live on TV, how can they see you?
Yeah, if you guys want to see me live on TV, you can watch WMAR if you are in Baltimore. But download our app, WMAR2 News. Download our app in the App Store. You can always watch live there. I'm on Monday through Friday, typically 5, 6, in the 5 and 6 o'clock p.m. shows. Sometimes, I'll be anchoring this upcoming Sunday, so I'll be anchoring night shows. So yeah, just follow that.
Did you ever watch Anchorman?
I did watch Anchorman.
I'm just saying.
I like Ron Burgundy.
I'm just saying. That's it.
He was a trip. I watch that whenever I'm not in a good mood and I'm like feeling a little down.
How about Will Ferrell?
Yeah, of course.
That's Ron Burgundy.
Of course.
You're right on it.
Vince Vaughn.
That's Ron Burgundy.
It's a little bit of Panther. I love that guy.
Funny.
Well, listen, Miss Brittney, we appreciate you.
Thank you. Shout out to you guys.
Thank you.
No, thanks for finally coming through.
It means everything.
Yeah.
You came through and you stuck to the word. And
I did.
You showed
I know
up.
it took forever, but
It's all good. I know you had a boom, all that.
It's not about forever. Timing is everything.
timing is
Right.
everything.
And to have you on, and people can know the side of journalism. You doing this. It's perfect because you know what? The world needs to see that. They need to see more of our faces in these professional climates and these careers.
Absolutely.
It's inspiration.
It is.
And I love it because we're reaching the people, we're reaching children,
Yeah.
inspiring them to do great things. It's a huge world out there. You don't have to be a baseball, football, a rapper. Listen, if you work hard, you can live a phenomenal life. It just takes hard work and drive.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to want to do it.
100%.
So I appreciate you so much because everything you said means everything to everybody.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Dre.
Yeah. Oprah, look what you inspired. You know what I'm saying? We out here in Baltimore.
Hey, Oprah.
You know what I'm saying? Peace
I
and
want to
love.
be just like you, like.
Right, me too. Shit.
That's it.
Word. Triple
Peace and
C.
love.
All right.
Blessed are the peacemakers.
All right, my peoples, that's episode 119. I want to thank my sister, Miss Brittney Verner, for coming on. Listen, watch her on Channel 2 News. Download the app. get some of her drinks. I'm definitely going to sip on some of that. And you can check out our sister too on her IG. Listen, be safe. Keep squares out your circle. Everybody work hard. Silverback Chronicles podcast. We love you. We appreciate you. Be safe. We'll see y'all next week. Peace. That was awesome.
That was fun.
Views and opinions expressed on the Silverback Chronicles podcasts are those of the hosts, producers, and/or the guest appearing on the program. They do not reflect the views and opinions of the federal, state, or local government. This includes but not exclusive to the Department of Defense, Homeland, and the Baltimore City Police Department. The Silverback Chronicles podcast with Dre, Big H, and Triple C. Hit the subscribe button, like and comment.